Another day, another drama inspired by a remarkable true life story. This time it's the turn of Taron Egerton to star in an Apple TV Plus drama that will have you on the edge of your seat. Yep, it's time for Blackbird. What? Don't get the guitar? I was going to do the McCartney number. Alright, okay, apparently there's no guitar. Let's do the review.
I never wanted this for you. I wanted a totally different life. A steady paycheck, kids, a family.
Dad, tell me there's a way out of this.
Not a quick one.
Hello and welcome to Screen OD. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, my name is Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about films, TV and the entertainment industry for the best part of 15 years. If you're not new to the channel, well, hello again. It's great to have you back. We appreciate everyone who comes back to the Screen OD community and inputs with all their views in the comments below and by liking and of course by subscribing so you can get all the best content direct to your feed. Right, that's enough adverts for now. Let's move on with the content. Today we are talking about yet another great show from Apple TV Plus, who in the last 3, 4, 5 months have been making some really excellent content. You can see some of it in a video up there, 5 great shows you should watch on Apple TV Plus right now. But even since that's been made, there have been new shows that have come out that continue to keep us incredibly busy when it comes to reviewing things. If you like comedy, go and check out Loot, and there's a review of that. That's a new Apple TV Plus show there. And there's plenty more to come from them soon too. But this one is called Blackbird. Okay, so what's this all about? Well, this is the story of James Keene, or Jimmy as he's known in the show, and it's based on an autobiographical novel, and it's quite a long title so I'm gonna have to read this one. In with the devil, a fallen hero, a serial killer and a dangerous bargain for redemption. Now that is quite a mouthful. You can kind of probably understand why they've just called it Blackbird when it comes to making this drama. Now this is a show about a man who is drug trafficking, and he is living a relatively luxurious and wild lifestyle based on the way that he is making his money. Now what's interesting about this character, Jimmy, is that his dad is a policeman and was a policeman for many decades, and he was a kind of athletic hero when he was at school. So he's kind of the sort of, in a way, an all-American character who is doing something that isn't gonna be seen as particularly all-American in his narcotics business. But this isn't the story of someone running a drugs empire. This isn't Breaking Bad. It's not Narcos. This is the story of someone who gets busted straight away very early on in the show, and he is taken to court where he faces trial. Now he is advised by his dad, who's the ex-policeman, that if he pleads guilty he'll probably only get a few years in prison. And so that's what he does. But unfortunately for him, the judge takes a very stern approach to the sentence, and he sees the maximum tariff that he can give as being that which is appropriate after pleading guilty. And so he ends up sentencing him to 120 months, which is worked out immediately in court by Jimmy, and I was doing the maths at the time. That's 10 years in prison, which is obviously a huge amount longer than he expected. Several months into beginning his sentence for 10 years, Jimmy is approached by the government. They have noticed that he has adapted to prison life as best one can when they're serving 10 years, and they want those skills to be employed elsewhere. They have a plan which is to send Jimmy to a maximum security prison and approach a suspected serial killer. They want him to go in there and to get information from this prisoner, who is called Larry Hall, and try to find the locations of girls that they suspect that he has killed. They want that information to come from Jimmy, and they say to him, if you are able to do this, you both take up the offer of going in and you are able to get the location and information that they want, they will commute his sentence. So he will not have to serve the rest of his 10-year sentence.
We would like you to transfer to another prison and befriend someone to elicit a confession.
Now, the initial reaction of Jimmy to this offer is he doesn't really fancy it. It doesn't sound like a great deal, because if he doesn't get the information they require, then he's not going to get his sentence commuted. And his father, who he speaks to about it when he visits, says something similar, and also adds that the place they want to send him is one of the worst places that you could possibly spend time. And this is not somewhere that Jimmy will want to be. So he says no to the government. However, things change when his father has a stroke, and Jimmy realizes that life is short, and if he wants to see his father again and not serve out this 10-year sentence, then perhaps he is going to have to go into that prison, and perhaps he is going to have to try to elicit some information, perhaps a confession from this suspected serial killer. And that's where the crux of this story is, and that's what most of this 6-part series is based around. The relationship that starts to build between Jimmy and Larry when he goes in and tries to get him to give the information that he needs. However, is this person that he's trying to get the information from going to be reliable? Is he being played? Is he going to be able to get the information that he needs?
Paul's conviction's on appeal. He could win and walk. You had the chance to stop him. Don't approach him too early or he'll know we sent you for him.
Why are you looking at me like that? Like you know me.
If it gets out that you're here to snitch, that's going to be a very unfortunate day.
This TV show has been adapted by Dennis Lehane, who you might recognise as the writer of things like Mystic River and Shutter Island, and there is a definite cinematic feel to it all the way through. I mean, obviously, as it's made by Apple TV Plus, it's got a lot of money behind it, and a lot of that money you can see on the screen. The production values are incredibly high, but there's a definite sense of the way that it's put together. Even though it's 6 parts, an hour each, an hour or so each, it feels like a film that just keeps giving. And there's something about the prison environment as well, and there being so many well done prison films of the past. Everything plays into a real cinematic feel, down to the way that the music's conducted, down to the way that the direction is there, but also just this kind of atmosphere that's created around it. It's incredibly cinematic. You can't help but be drawn in by the kind of 2 lead performances in the show. You've got Taron Egerton playing Jimmy, who is a complex character, but an incredibly personable character in many ways. Someone who you feel can adapt to different situations, and you see that throughout the series as he has to adapt to different situations, but that confidence that he will be able to get through. And then you've got a fantastic performance from Walter Hauser, who plays Larry, who is the suspect that Jimmy is in the institution to try to get the information from. It's also worth noting that this is the final TV show that Ray Liotta is in. Now, sadly, he is no longer with us. The great actor who's known for so many different roles, but perhaps at the pinnacle of that is Goodfellas to many people, has had a varied and rich career. And this performance as Jimmy's father shows you once again just what range he had as an actor. And he certainly doesn't disappoint. He delivers a fantastic, nuanced performance in a complex character here at the very end, and it's a real joy to see him on screen, and it reminds me just how much the industry will miss such a great actor. This is a very tense and psychological show. There's elements of it that remind you a little bit of things like Mindhunter. There's definitely an exploration of the darker sides of people, of humankind, and this comes out very well in the way that we see characters start to reveal information throughout the show. This is a really gripping piece of TV, and I think if you like drama and you like dark drama, then this is definitely one for you. You can go and watch it now on Apple TV Plus. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, why not subscribe to the channel and hit that like button so more people can find the content. Go check out the other videos on Screen OD. We'll see you again very soon.